Yeah, and that was where I was gonna ask you about also what are the traditions actually that we connect this experience of akvavit with.
Well, going back a little bit, in the old days we were having a tradition of brännvinsbord, sort of, how shall I pronounce it, vodka table, or spiced vodka table. But brännvin or akvavit table would be the perfect pronunciation for international audience. So the akvavit table is actually where the smörgåsbord started. Because at all Swedish parties 100, 150, 200 years ago was started with a buffet table, a small smörgåsbord with a few dishes and at least 5, 6 various spiced akvavits, often more. And this is how you today maybe have a glass of champagne. At that time, and still in some places, you start with the brännvinsbord, you have the akvavits, you have the small dishes, and you stand up eating this, coming in from the cold in the fireplace. It's fantastic. I think we should still do it.
Yeah.
And you wait for the guests a long time in those days. It could be up to 2 hours, because you never know if the carriage or the sleighway.
The big distances in Sweden.
Big distances, exactly. So it was a long wait, and many akvavits later the dinner started. And that's how the smörgåsbord originated. What was your question?
Well, just to get some kind of frame around the traditions of.
Today, so this means that all sort of parties, birthday parties, and so on, was conducted in this way, a grand party.
Yeah.
What remains today, it's less, of course, because there are so many other, and Swedes are very open for international influences, as you know. We are very happy to eat sushi and eat Thailand food and American food and from everywhere.
Yeah.
So sometimes the akvavit is not, but there are 4 main traditions, I would say, that remains, and we certainly will keep them and try to develop from that. And the first one is, of course, Christmas time.
Yes.
That we are enjoying at the moment. The season is here. The second one is Easter, where smörgåsbord has a potent role throughout the celebrations. The third one is Midsummer, when in the midnight sun area you have 24 hours light, which is fantastic for such a party. And then the fourth one is probably the crayfish party. Yeah. Some people would argue up in the north that it's the surströmming, which is the cured herring, or almost rotten herring, if you use that expression. But I don't think they would like that in Norrland, because it's a delicacy there. So the fourth one is crayfish and or surströmming, I would say.
Okay, and of course, the most relevant right now is Christmas tradition.
Right.
And so, coming in from these 4 traditions, do you have a natural connection with these 4 to your 5 types of akvavit that we're going to taste today?
I would certainly say so, because 2 of them are mainstream is a horrible word, but they follow the Nordic tradition of akvavits that you will find. There is one which with notes with sherry cask, which is golden in color, that have this. If you look, you find it in Norway, Sweden, and Finland. In Norway, it's probably called linje or Løitens akvavit, and it's an Aalborg jubileum in Denmark. So that is a very traditional one, which fits all the seasons, I would say, because it's the staple akvavit, so to speak, and we call it brännmästaren, which is the master distiller's name. The second one is a clear one, absolutely clear, and it is mainly of fennel and caraway, and very clean and quite pungent in taste, which is less good with creamy things, but fantastic with seafood as well, for example, that you often find in this löjrom, for example. What is löjrom? It's
kind of caviar?
Swedish caviar, we call it bleak roe, I think is the real expression for it.
Okay.
Yeah, go from the north. So those two are the main ones, and that will fit all these seasons.
Yes.
Then we have a special one which has a bit of an exotic spice that is a bit forgotten in Sweden, but was used a lot, which is, what is the expression now in Swedish? That or in English, I just forgot it.
And in Swedish, it would be?
I forgot that too at the moment, but I come back to that one.
Yes.
The fifth one has a fantastic of Artemisia absinthium, which is a very bitter one that you find in all the bitters in Europe, like Underberg, which is good for your stomach and digestion and so on. In Sweden it's consumed a lot with eel, smoked eel. Eel is a fantastic fat fish, and it's beautiful to have as a digestive with that. It goes very, very well with eel. Okay. In the south of Sweden you have, instead of having this pickle herring in the north, they have eel parties as well still. And that is why this Artemisium, or wormwood, I think is the expression in English, wormwood. Same word as vermouth, actually, because in a red vermouth it's also this special spice. The spice is also in the famous absinthe. Yeah. Same spice.
I see.
A bitter one, good for your stomach.
You're making me look forward to the tasting very much now, I'd say.
Yeah. And then we have one which is a lighter and more modern style, which is called the Bookkeeper, eller Bokhållarens akvavit. It's still an akvavit, but it's not so pungent in strong flavors. It's very well balanced, very clean, and has a lot of citrus tones in it. Someone explained it as a very dry Cointreau. But of course the caraway is there as an underlying tone. Okay. And then it was the last one, the spice. I still forgot what it is. Okay. You find it a lot in India, and you have it in curry herrings and things like that. And I have to revert to you later. I forgot. I lost it.
No problem. No. To finish this off, so we can go to the rest of the guests and to the event itself. I was going to ask you for one final pairing between any one of these akvavits and some special food that's somewhat unexpected as a pairing. What would you recommend?
An unexpected pairing. We should almost ask the restaurateur, but he's too busy at the moment. But first of all, you have to have a knowledge about the Swedish food in order to see how it is connected. But I would say that the Jungfru is an excellent akvavit with cheese, for example. And cheese is certainly for some unexpected, but there is an old tradition of having ost soup, which is the cheese dram, so to speak. So that is one that I would say is something worth trying. Yeah. And it's very easy if you don't have the Swedish smörgåsbord in front of you. You can always have a little cube of a good strong cheese.
I wonder if really everything is good with cheese, because when doing beer interviews, I've also heard that various beers are very good with cheese.
It's probably because cheese has a pungent flavor as well, you know, and if you have a bitterness that you have in a beer, it could work. But not every beer and not every akvavit with every cheese. So what I'm talking about is hard cheese, which is well matured. Yes, basically.
Okay, I'll be sure to try that. And I hope I can talk to you again, maybe after this event or at some other time. And I want to thank you very much for participating in this interview, and thank you in advance for the excellent tastings we will have here.
Thank you. It will be fun. It will be fun. And cheers.